Yon'do, nerds. Welcome to 24 Ounce Tuesday. This one's Josh Sexor. I said I wasn't gonna say that because I feel mean saying that. This is Josh Secor style. Little PBR with a big 2-4 on the side of the can. Just so you know, it's 24 ounces. In case you didn't know. A delicious PBR. I've had a hard time finding these as of late. Plenty of PBR, just not in a 24-ounce can. Big shout out to Mr. Secor. Much love to you, sir. Secor. I actually just asked him. I said, "Okay, what is it?" And I think I think it's Secor. I think that's what I've gotten out of the conversation. Or you can just call him the MFer from Wisconsin. I mean, that works too, I guess. Delicious beverage, Pabst Blue Ribbon. If you're gonna drink piss, drink PBR. So, the wife and I are going tomorrow night, taking off to celebrate St. Patty's Day in Northern Virginia with her brother and aunts, I believe. So I will probably not be able to do Homebrew Wednesday this week, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about some homebrew stuff today. And not so much my random dumbass shit that you guys don't want to hear anyway. I was going to brew today, but my sleep schedule is so effed up that I did not sleep at all last night. Well, I slept for about an hour. Woke up, couldn't get back to sleep, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to stay up all day today and try to get to bed at a reasonable hour tomorrow. And I ended up falling asleep at like 10 a.m. like a dummy, and woke up at like 2. So, still very little sleep, so hopefully tonight I'll be able to get myself back into business. As far as sleep schedule, I say that every night. Never works out, but I'm shooting for tonight so that hopefully I can brew tomorrow. And originally I was going to do a Saison. I was going to do a lemon basil Saison. Originally I was going to do a strawberry basil Saison because strawberry and basil just go so amazingly well together and complement each other so well. And then I realized that, and I just got the beers from Nate and Brad under the table, and I was like, oh, well, they just did a strawberry mint Saison, and I don't want to, I didn't want to be like biting off their shit. So I was like, let's do a lemon basil Saison, and we'll go with that. So I went and picked up the grains this past weekend. Some lemon peels. I got some grains in there. What I went with was, for a Saison, I went with 8 pounds of 2-row, 10 ounces of white wheat malt, 1 pound of Vienna, and then I had some Caramitic Type 2 that I was going to throw in there. And then I decided today, actually, I said, you know what? I don't feel like doing a Saison anymore. I don't know why. I'll do it later. I think it's because the weather change and it's getting nicer, and I'm starting to really just crave those, super punchy, citrusy kind of IPAs and pale ales and that kind of thing. So what I actually decided, because this grain bill actually would work really well on a loosely based, and I say loosely, like almost a zombie dust. And ever since Nate and Brad sent me their zombie dust, I have just been, that's the first one I had ever had, and it was amazing. And I was like, man, I really need to brew something like this. And Actually, what I liked a lot about Zombie Dust is as it kind of warmed, it actually really got like this homebrew characteristic kind of to it. And I love that because I know a lot of us aspire to brew. We brew something and we're like, oh my God, this is commercial grade. This could be sold and blah blah blah, and that's so awesome. But what I get more excited about is when I actually get a commercial beer and it tastes more like a homebrew. Um, because as we all know, there are certain characteristics in homebrew that you don't necessarily find in a lot of craft beer. So um, that Zombie Dust was like that. As it kind of warmed and I drank it, I was like, wow, this is really starting to taste like a homebrewed IPA, and it was fantastic. So what I'm going to do again with the base malts, 8 pounds of 2 row. Uh, the white wheat malt, I'm going to keep it in there. A little bit of Vienna, I'm also going to keep that in there. Um, White wheat malt, I saw a lot of Zombie Dust clone recipes that had caramel 60 in it, and I don't know, man. I don't think caramel 60 is in Zombie Dust, and if it is, it's got to be a really minuscule amount just based on the color alone, I think. Um, so I don't know. I'm a little up in the air about that. So I'm not doing caramel. I'm actually going to have the white wheat malt there instead, which will give it a little bit of a biscuity kind of character, um, and still keep that color nice and light. Um, and actually, it's kind of stupid that I just said keep the color nice and light. That's not really what I'm going for. I'm going for more for the biscuity character, because what I'm going to do with it, well, it's going to have an ass load of Citra hops in it, of course, and then I'm going to blacken it with some debittered black malt, and basically it's going to be like a black Zombie Dust. Um, so that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go with WLP002 on this one, and to get that nice, really to accentuate the hop characteristics. WLP001, I think, in my own opinion, tends to really accent the malt characters, um, and I think I want something that's really gonna push the Citra hops. I may add a little bit of mosaic to it if I can get my hands on some tomorrow. I'm gonna go take a look and see what the local shop has, and maybe get some mosaic in there just for fun. So, like I said, this is based loosely on a Zombie Dust, very loosely, but I'm calling it the Black Zombie. Um, and the yeast, actually, here's another little topic. I have not tried these yet, but I have been picking these up. I have a couple of them here in the house now. There's a new yeast guy out there, Dr. Jasper. I can't remember his last name. Damn it. He used to be a yeast guy for Lost Rhino, and I think a few other breweries. Now he kind of launched out and started his own thing, his own yeast thing, and it is Bright Yeast Labs, and it's really cool. I mean, he basically hand writes on there everything that he'll put on the package date. This one was packaged about 2 weeks ago. He puts in there the pitch size, the batch number that he created this from. He's doing a lot of, from what I understand, capturing some wild yeasts from the Virginia wineries, because he's located here locally in Virginia. Bright Yeast Labs, he has a website. It is brightyeastlabs.com. I don't know if he is, if you can order these online yet. I'm assuming so, since he has his website, but you might want to check it out and do a little research on them. I know that the local brewery is using his yeast and is getting amazing results. This one was the Popperange Saison that was going into my Saison recipe, but since I'm not doing that now, I'll just hang on to that. I'm sure I will do a Saison soon. So that's that. Do I have anything else to bore you guys with? I think maybe not. I'm gonna hang on to this Cara Munich. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with this just yet. Oh, I just watched. If any of you guys have seen it, if you guys are not subscribed to Chad Smith podcast, the creator of Beersmith, you should definitely. There's some great. He does some great interviews and has these conversations on there, and they're like hour-long episodes, so they're really good, especially if you're like working and you just want something to listen to in the background. They're absolutely great. But he had the two gentlemen from BSG on there tonight, or actually I think it went up yesterday. I don't know, but they were talking about the new Idaho 7 hops, which I am determined to get my hands on now after hearing them talk about it, and how it has some juicy fruit gum characteristics, some tropical flavors, some juicy fruit gum characteristics. I am determined to get my hands on some Idaho 7. They were saying that BSG will have those out, I believe he said the end of April, or he might have said late spring, actually. So that's cool. Somebody else keyed me in on where I can actually get those now. So I may be putting an order in after this video. Alright guys, that's it. I got nothing else. I don't want to keep you all night. It was great seeing you, great talking to you. Not seeing you, I mean, because you're not here, right? God, what? It was great talking to you guys. If I don't check in between now and the weekend, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps me. And, yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Josh, that's my little tribute to Josh right there. Yon'do, nerds.